Welcome to Roxtalks, the podcast that helps network marketers grow their business on social media. My name is Roxanne Wilson, and it's so good to see you today. Halfway through September, just about. It's been flying. In a way, yeah, this was like a really short month. And we talked about the holidays, yes, last week. This week, we're going to talk about the social media avatars that network marketers fall into and really discover and help you discover which one you're in and what to do about that exact thing. So we'll be right back. Holiday. If you're looking for some guidance when it comes to the holiday season, where are you looking for it from? Are you looking for it from your network marketing company, from your upline? Do you have an idea of when the ETA of that guidance is going to be? 9 times out of 10, network marketing companies and uplines give you a holiday plan in November, or dare I say it, the week before Black Friday. Guess what? That has always been too late, but it is especially too late right now in 2020. And that's why being someone who's been in retail, who's been in home shopping and in network marketing for years, I said, we got to do something about this. And that's why I've created the Holiday Strategy Workshop. It gives you all the things that you need to know to have a successful holiday plan. This is a year we're going to get scrappy. We're going to get scrappy and we're going to be aggressive if we want to see the goals that we set for 2020 happen. And if we want to see 2021 start strong. And in order to do that, you've got to have a plan. You've got to have a plan right now. In the workshop coming up later this month, you're going to have an opportunity not only to get storyboards, to get plans, sales plans, to get holiday special guides, but you're also going to get information on content as well as, and this is my favorite part, quite honestly, a living worksheet that's going to help your spreadsheet, I should say, that's going to help you to really know how you're doing each and every day of the holiday season and see whether you are profitable, see what you need to be doing, and juking and jiving, because there'll be a lot of juking and jiving during this holiday season. I encourage you to come. Love this quote from Samantha, who was in the holiday workshop last year. And she said, it was awesome. It was amazing. And she's ready to come back again. I would love to see you there. In order to find out more information about the Holiday Strategy Workshop, I encourage you to go to socialstoriesmembership.com/holiday. Or, of course, you can always go to the podcast page to get more information. I look forward to seeing you there. It is filling up, but there's a space for you if you act now. All right, welcome to the podcast. Today we're talking avatars. You know the term avatar? Was that even a term people used before that movie that I never saw with the blue people, right? I think they're coming out with a sequel. I think that's right. Well, but today I want to talk to you about the social media avatars. And I created these avatars based on my experience with countless network marketers and in network marketing. It became very clear to me that there were certain types of people when it comes to network marketing and social media. Social media being my jam, network marketing being my jam, it became very clear that you were either in this pile, this pile, this pile, or this pile. And really, once you get a feel for which avatar you are, which character, which you're like, you will have some clarity on, is what I love, why and how why you're where you are in your social media, and how you can move forward and be successful with social media. We all know social media is not going anywhere. You're not listening to this podcast if you think that social media is going somewhere. This is the podcast about social media for network marketers. And so I'm glad you're here. And I hope that this week you're going to get some clarity on where you are and how we get you there. So let's dive in. I created something called the Social Stories Framework. And the Social Stories Framework really is the crux of this. If you can imagine a quadrant for me, okay? And on one side, you have personal branding and target market, which, as you know, or you're learning, your personal brand and your target market are really crucial to your longevity, to your success, and to your clarity when it comes to network marketing. On the other side of the quadrant is the So on the horizontal side is the social media strategy. And that's really where you are on that quadrant. Are you someone who, on that spectrum, I should say on that line, someone who knows social media very well for business, specifically for network marketers, or someone who has no clue? Okay, so know that. We'll get back to that in a moment, but let's take it one avatar, one friend at a time. And I call them friends because I consider all of these people friends. And to be quite frank with you, I know many people, and I also work with many clients who fall or fell into this and are working their way out of it. So the first one is, I like to call her Scared Sandra. Sandra, and I know you're like, look at me, I'm Sandra D. Yeah, think about Sandra D back in the day. Okay, so this is Scared Sandra. She's someone who kind of fell into network marketing. She may not have necessarily thought it was for her, but she really liked the camaraderie. In fact, she loved the camaraderie, and she saw her friends having that relationship and the idea of adult conversation. Oh my goodness, me. And she said, you know what? I'm going to try this network marketing thing. She had one of those low moments where she just felt like she didn't have anything for her. And she said, you know what? I'm doing it. So she signed up for this network marketing company. And quite frankly, when she did, her upline allowed her to believe that she could do it her way. What is Sandra's way? Sandra's not someone who likes to sell. In fact, Sandra's someone who doesn't even like the idea of sales. She thinks that selling or talking to her family and friends is, quite frankly, a little car salesy. She does not want to feel that way. She's good at what she does in life, but the network marketing, that's the part she's never liked about network marketing. But she found a company and a product she was interested in and believed, for whatever reason, that she would not have to do all the things. The things like posting product shots and contacting 200 people and all those things, all those things. So she joined, and now she's on social media, and her team is probably even telling her, here's your social media plan, post these things on a regular basis. And she's looking at it going, I don't want to. Have you ever had that person on your team who doesn't post? Like, you're going to post on the social media? Yeah, I'm going to post tomorrow. And they don't post. They post 5 other things on their social media, but they're not actually posting about their business. And you're like pulling your hair out. She's probably a scared Sandra. Scared Sandra is scared for 2 reasons. She's scared because, first and foremost, she does not want to put herself out there on social media when it comes to her business. She's more on that spectrum of subtle or not at all. She's also scared because she doesn't really understand her personal brand or her target market. She's still filling out the company and all those things, and she doesn't really know where she fits in specifically, or even who in her circle or sphere is her target market that she'd be talking to. And so as a result, like a turtle, she retreats back. She's posting nothing. She is scared. Are you scared, Sandra? Maybe you're not scared, Sandra. Maybe for you, you join network marketing and you're like, all right, I'm going to be coachable. I'm going to do all the things. Don't even explain to me the why. Just tell me what. I'm in it. I'm in. And you've never really done social media for anything other than like, here are my kids, here's our pictures, frolicking at the beach. Here's these posts that it's just, you've never done it for business, right? And so as a result, you're trying to do all the things. You see a post your upline does, you post it. A sideline sister, you post it. You see corporate photos, you post it. You're posting 5 times a day because you heard someone saying something that you need to do that to be successful. You're posting. Do you have a clarity on your brand? Absolutely not. In fact, you couldn't possibly, because if you did, you wouldn't be posting all the time. Do you have a social media strategy? Well, I guess if you call a strategy posting all the time in your face about your business all the time, then yeah, you do. So you have an in-your-face social media strategy, but you don't really have a clue about who you are, that would be your personal brand, and who your target market is, who your audience is. If this sounds like you, then you are spammy Tammy. And I mean that in the nicest way. Spam because you're just spewing, spaghettiing, all those things. Maybe I should call it spaghetti Tammy, spaghetti McGetty. And you have no vision. Maybe that's not you. Maybe you've been in network marketing for a while, 5 years, maybe 6 years, 7 years. Maybe you're coming around your 10th anniversary. Happy anniversary. And you have drank the Kool-Aid. You are a ride or die chica when it comes to whatever your network marketing company is. You couldn't imagine going to another one. No. In fact, those who do are like, they're performing adultery, blasphemy, and all the bad things. And you're cutting them out of your life. You are dying hard. You bleed the colors of your company. If I looked on your social media today, I would not know the difference between you and your company because that's all you ever talk about. Now, don't get me wrong. You have a personal brand. You decided your personal brand is your company. Like I said, you're a ride or die mama, which means that when you post something about your company, that is all. I mean, literally, you could be at the DMV and you may post a picture, I'm at the DMV, which reminds me of the product that I sell. Or thank goodness I'm at the DMV. And the only reason I can be here is because of my business. Everything. You're the type of person that everything you put on social, like when I say everything, everything. You're the type of person, and like I said, I've met, I know, I'm friends with, my clients have been all these before. You're the type of person that when I'm in a training with you on branding and target market, and I ask you what your brand is, you tell me your brand is your company, and you say it, meaning it, because that is what you've decided your brand is. And then I get to work on deconstructing that and helping you figure out who the heck you are. Yes, at your age, who the heck you are, what your personal brand is. You're also the person, when it comes to your target market, you believe your target market is everyone. Everybody better watch out because you are like, it's everyone, right? You know you. If you're listening right now, you're probably getting a little uncomfortable, maybe a little hot, and you probably turned me off by now because you're like, really, Roxanne? Yes. And you would be Militant Marcy because you are that ride or die person. Or maybe she's like ride or die, ride or I don't know. Militant Marcy. You are Militant Marcy. Hello, Marcy. Now, each one of these avatars, these 3 avatars, they have positive things about them. But when it comes to social media and building their business on social media, I've got to tell you, they are missing the mark. And I don't care how, I'm going to put in air quotes, successful Spammy Tammy or Milton Marcy think they are. I'm here to tell you that if they would tweak what they're doing, they would be more successful. I'm going to say it again. If they would tweak what they're doing, if they would really hone in and discover and define not only their target market and their personal brand, but also social media strategy, not just social media spewing or social media ride or die about the company, they would be so much more successful. In fact, they would be and become the CEOs of them, the CEO of you. Which leads to the last avatar. And the CEO of you is someone who realizes and recognizes, is proud to be with their company, absolutely, but realizes that their personal brand is them. Your personal brand, I'm going to say your personal brand is you. It is not your company. You are uniquely and distinctly separate from that. You are unique and you are different. And yes, you may represent that company, but you are not that company. They also have the wherewithal to realize that their target market is not everyone. It couldn't possibly be everyone. It's not everyone. And they're not going to conduct their business like that. You're not going to conduct your business like that because you realize that a business person, a business CEO recognizes that that target market needs to be a target and not the whole market. That target market needs to be dialed in and dialed down. And a CEO, going one further, is someone that has a mentality that is not a scarcity or lack mentality, that believes if I hone down on my target market and I don't talk to everyone, then there's not enough to go around. No, no, no. A CEO realizes there's plenty. There's an infinite amount of people, of clients, of future team members to go around, that they can dial in on what their brand is, based on their brand, really dial in into a target market that fits and is right, so that they can have a successful business. Now, a CEO also does something else. A CEO has a social media strategy, and I don't mean I post 5 times a day. I will never get over hearing that's something that's being taught with big network marketing companies. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. A CEO realizes that less is more. A CEO realizes that it's quality over quantity. And a CEO will take the time to learn about social media as it is circa now, and how their business, their brand, and their target market can be leveraged on social media. Now, I just said something very important there, maybe a few things, but the one I want you to focus on right now is I said circa now. If you're not sure, if you have a social media strategy that is circa now or circa 5 years ago, I want to ask you, are you pretty much doing the same thing on social media you were doing 5 years ago, 3 years ago? Dare I say even 2 years ago? Because times are changing. Things change rapidly. And if you are relying on I'm going to put in air quotes, knowledge of someone in your company and what they said 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, if you are relying on what worked a few years ago, or you're literally listening to someone saying, this is how I built my business. Yeah, my business I built it 5 years ago. Then you've got to get out of your box, get out of your box. Like, get off if it's pride, get out of that, and get some help on a true social media strategy. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm your person. Captain Avi, no, but really, I'm your person. That's why I say get past the pride or whatever is stopping you and get into what's happening, because what I see happening with my clients and with my community are people are growing leaps and bounds. What they've learned, what they've applied, how their teams have grown, how their business has grown, how their confidence has grown. Leaps and bounds. The Social Stories community is a hair over a year. And when I look back, I was challenged by one of my coaches to take inventory of where the Social Stories membership is right now. Because he said, wait till you see where it's going to be a year from now. Now, here's the funny thing. I listened to that. I haven't actually done it yet. And so it's funny. I'm processing this as you and I are talking right now. And I just thinking back to where it was a year ago and what we were focusing on, what we're doing. And that was all wonderful. But what I know and what my members know is what was working a year ago is only being built upon now. You see what I'm saying? Not that those things have changed drastically, but there have been some major additions, some major things that can really help you leverage your business. Now, I'm not saying that you need to spend your days and nights focused on what Facebook's doing and what's TikTok doing and what is Instagram doing and what about the adjacents? What are they up to? No, you don't, because that's my happy place. I love that. Not only do I love that, I love getting to critically think and really help you make that a strategy that works for you, the network marketer. I get you. I'm one of you. But I also get social media, and I'm one of them too. And by Jove, teaching and sharing and coaching, it's in my genes. It's in my genes. It's in my blood. And I shan't deny it. It's my birthright, I guess you could say something like that. I'm not going to deny it, so why should you? This is your opportunity to get really clear on all these things. Do you want to stay in scared Sandra land? Absolutely not. What I see with my Sandras, people who were afraid to ever post, who were like, I don't even understand social media. And what I see now, great example, Jen S. We'll have to have her on the podcast one day. She, scared Sandra, literally started network marketing maybe 4 months ago. She's not someone who likes to post. She's not someone who likes to, everything I described as Sandra is very much her in how she feels about things. And in a training, I challenged them. I said, I want you to focus on, I gave them a strategy on how to sell product and how to sell it on social media. And she said, I didn't really want to do it. In fact, I ignored you for a couple of weeks. And I said, okay, fine, I'm going to do it. Not only did she do it, but she was able to take her company's highest priced item and sell 5 of them in 45 days. And she has several other people who are on the hook getting ready to purchase it. Now, my question to you is this: unless you're like with paparazzi or color street, where there's not like a high price item, but those of you who have a catalog of high price items, what would it feel like to you if your highest priced item, okay, I'm talking over, in multiple digits, if you were able to sell 5 of your highest priced items based on a strategy you learned from me, and you have multiple people in the wings as well. Wouldn't that feel pretty good? What would that do for your paycheck? Think about that. Do the math. What would that do for your paycheck? And so I think about Sandra, and like I said, I see Sandra's all the time. She's willing, if she's willing to, I'm not going to say coachable, because yeah, we all need to be coachable, but I want you to use your brain and be coachable. And so she's willing to open up herself and go, okay, I'm going to do this. This sounds logical. I can see why this could work. I'm going to try it. And she did. And she's rolling with it. Spammy Tammies. Oh my goodness. If I could count the amount of spammy Tammies on one hand, my hands would be like 55 octopuses, maybe more. Spammy Tammy is a very normal place to be in network marketing. It's very normal. It is. What I love is getting to work with spammy Tammies and helping them come to the realization on their own that, oh my gosh, I was spewing spam. And oh my gosh, I can talk about what I'm doing and be subtle about it. And I don't have to do it all the time. We did a training. I did training for my members earlier this month about subtle selling. And what was interesting was seeing the light bulbs go on. The understanding they had on how you can talk about your product without talking about your product. And that might sound like, oh, that seems pretty simple, Roxanne. I would challenge you to come up with 5 posts where you are subtly selling it without being in your face. It's harder than you think. And I love seeing the transformation that they're going through with that, and having those aha moments on how they can incorporate what they're selling into a regular conversation and storytelling. So it's not just in your face. It's a beautiful thing. I love it. And I love seeing Tammy make that transformation. And the best part is when Tammy comes back to me and she's like, oh my gosh, I was totally spammy Tammy. That was me. It's totally okay. It's that evolution. What would it feel like to you if you were able to have direction in what you're posting? I mean, lo and behold, you didn't have to post 5 times a day. You realize that's 35 times a week. And you were able to not only free up your time, but also build your business. Think about it, freeing up your time. Is there someone in your family who says you're always on social media? Well, if you're posting 35 times a week, and I can get that down to a 1/5 of that, what'd that feel like for you? We get you there in social stories. And then there's Militant Marcy. She's my biggest challenge in a lot of ways. I mean, I say that, but that's not necessarily true. We all have our Piccadillys, but Militant Marcy thinks she knows everything. So I'll be honest with you. I've had many a Militant Marcy that comes, that gets annoyed, that gets mad, that sends me emails upset about what I've said. And I'm laughing because I'm telling you this, or is like, this is not for me, or I can tell the difference between a Militant Marcy who's just been going on to get along and one who's like, I'm going to don't tell me anything that isn't exactly what I believe because I'm going to listen to it, but you're just making me mad. Oh yeah. And I've dealt with all the Militant Marcys out there, the personalities, I should say. You know, it used to bother me when a Militant Marcy would push back, but I realized she's only making me better in my craft and more confident in my craft. When I see a Militant Marcy, I know again why I'm here. If you're a Militant Marcy and you're willing to make a change, if you're realizing, you know what, things have changed and I'm going to get out of my way pride-wise and figure this out, then I would love to work with you because the honest to goodness truth is this. Militant Marcy, your drive, who wouldn't want a Militant Marcy? You're awesome. We just need you to let go of your older way of thinking. Older is in the back in your day when you started, the way things were, and realize it's a new generation. It's a new frontier. It's a modern way of doing network marketing. And Marcy, if you're ready for that, even if you push back, but you're like, I'm here for it. I'm going to ask you a lot of questions, Roxanne, but I'm here for it. Awesome. I'm here for you. Come on. In some ways, on some days, my Marcys are my biggest triumph because I understand it's a total mind shift. See, because here's the difference. Scared Sandra wants to get out there. She wants those things. She's just afraid. Her mindset, she has that fear. Militant Marcy has another type of fear, but she does not want to change. She wants the world to change for her. But the truth of the matter is the world is not going to go backwards to change back to the past. And so the Marcys who see, oh my goodness, my team needs this and I don't have those skills. I don't even know those skills. Or I need this. I need to do something different. Come on, Marcy, let's do this. So where am I going with all this? Well, I want to invite you to a webinar that I am having on the 20th of this month. Now, here's the thing. You're going to go to socialstoriesmembership.com/webinar and sign up for it. What I'm going to do this webinar for you is not only give you a clear picture of what your experience will be like and what you're going to get, your results from being in Social Stories, but I'm also going to answer all those questions that you have, whether it's a question about social media you've been itching to ask and you haven't sent me a note, or you listen to the podcast, like, but what about this? Come on, ask it. And I'm sure I'll have a free gift for you too. Because but seriously, here's the thing. What I don't want you to do is listen to this podcast and maybe all the podcast episodes before this and know you need to do something, know you need to make a change, but just sit there in your scared, spammy, or militant way. It's time for you to invest in your business by investing in realizing social media is not going anywhere. So you've got to come to social media and figure out how to get it done. I would love to just have that time with you during that webinar and break it down for you and answer, like I said, any questions you have about social media and about social stories and really give you that clarity that you're looking for. If you're still listening by now, I know you're interested. I know you want to come. So you might as well just sign up for it. socialstoriesmembership.com/webinar. I so look forward to seeing you there. And I know it's going to be a transformational evening. All right. We'll be right back with Behind the Scenes. and a tech tip shout out. Before we go behind the scenes, I just want to shout out to my amazing Social Stories members, because 'twas a little over a month ago that I said, enough, kayate, enough already, y'all. None of this nonsense about saying you're not good at technology. You are a tech goddess. And not only that, but I did offer a time where I just said, listen, I'm going to be here till I'm not. Come on and ask me all your tech questions. We will work through them together so that all these things that you're making you say, I'm not good at technology, you will no longer be able to say. Well, they showed up in a big way, but they're showing up every single day. And you know how? I love it. I hear them say it. They're like, I'm a tech goddess. Look at me. I was a tech goddess today. Or they're saying, hey, you did that. You're a tech goddess. Words are powerful things. And the mere fact that when they accomplish something or when they want to put it down and they're like, oh my gosh, nope, I'm a tech goddess, I'm gonna figure this out. I don't know if they realize, if you realize, because I know some of you are listening right now, how amazing that is. I want to applaud you for saying you're a tech goddess, because every time you say you're a tech goddess, you are a tech goddess. And as women, you've heard me talk about this in podcasts in the past, we've got to stop saying we're not good at something. How can you be a business person and say, okay, but it's 2020 and I'm not good at technology, but I have an online business? Doesn't work. So kudos to you. And to those of you listening, I would encourage you, the next time you say, I'm not good at technology, or I'm not good at this thing, reframe that. Reframe it. Say, I am learning, I'm becoming, I am mastering, but not, I'm not good at, can't do, horrible. All those words, remove. And to all my tech goddesses out there, I just want to say, yes, so proud of you. So impressed by you. You're rocking it. Okay, so let's go into behind the scenes, shall we? At this time, this point in time, it is the 9th of September when we're recording this. And I told you last week, we talked holiday last week, and I told you, I was recording that and that you'd be listening to it the day after I launched the big holiday part 1 training for my elite members. It was, and they tell me, Michelle said on record, it was on record the longest elite group coaching call we have had yet. And you know what was amazing about that? I kept looking and going, oh, there'll be people gone by now. There were people on the entire time. I literally ended the call with people on it. And I was so impressed, because that was them saying, my business is important to me. I'm showing up for this. Now, did I blow some minds? Oh, I blew a lot of minds. A lot of them, but they were here for it. They showed up for it. So I'm doing the holiday, as you know, the holiday strategy workshop is later this month. What we covered at the training was honestly more advanced than that, much more advanced than that, because I can do that with them. I work with them one-on-one and coach them and whatnot. And they were here. They showed up. They were like, okay. And part of it was some technology we had to work out. And again, they were there for that too. And I'm really, really encouraged and excited, because I'm seeing they're reaching their CO potential. They're realizing that they can do this. They can do hard things. They can do things that are off the beaten path. And they're showing up and they're doing it. If there's one thing I can encourage you to do over the last quarter and a half, right? Because quarter starts in about a month, is to show up for your business. It's going to get really easy for you to do other things. It's going to be so easy. Are you kidding me? The holidays are coming and there's all sorts of other things going on. If you commit to whatever amount of time you decide on a consistent basis for your business, it will make a difference. It will make a major difference. It will make a difference not only in your paycheck, but in your belief system and your confidence in yourself as a CEO. When you stop showing up, when you try and retreat, when you do whatever, that's when you stop believing in yourself, believing in your company, believing in the entire process. And I want you to, my gift for you, my wish for you, and my wish for you is that you see yourself as the CEO you are. And the best way that you can become that CEO is to start behaving right now like the CEO you want to be. And that, my friends, means showing up, doing the hard things and showing up. So kudos to you, elite members. I cannot wait to see. I challenge them. I even give them a deadline. I don't typically I give them a deadline with an incentive, all these things. It's going to be very exciting. Anyhow, alas, it is always a pleasure to be here with you. I do hope to see you at the workshop on the 20th. Again, at socialstoriesmembership.com/webinar to get registered for that. And if you know someone who's a Sandra, who's a Tammy, who is a Marcy, invite them to come with you. All right, my friends, you're not ahead. You're not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. And I, for one, am so pleased that you decided to spend this time with me today. Thank you, and I shall see you next week. Bye.